Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. This is episode 176. I'm a professional photographer, and I learned photography about 8 years ago off YouTube channels, YouTube tutorials, things like that. And that is the bulk of my business. That's how I make my living. And one of the things that intrigued me the most when I was learning photography was depth of field. And ultimately, what depth of field is the length of the photo that's in focus. So, for example, if you're taking a picture of a person in front of a bush and the person is in focus, is sharp, but the bush and everything behind that person is out of focus, that's shallow depth of field. Now, if that same picture, if the person and the bush is in focus, that's deep depth of field, meaning the foreground and the background is sharp. That's what entrepreneurs and dream chasers need in 2019 in order to succeed. It's one of the many things that we need in order to succeed. We need deep focus. We need a deep depth of field. We need a deep knowledge of what we're doing first and foremost. We can't just start a business just because we think it's going to make us a lot of money. We can't just go into a career because we think it's going to make us a lot of money. I talked about this on past episodes a lot. You know, once you do that, you're going to become disenfranchised, and then your business that you was hoping to work for yourself is going to feel like another dead-end job. Now you're hustling backwards. You have to have a deep knowledge, a deep depth of field of what you're doing. Don't just go into a business because it's a fad, because it's a hot topic, because you think it's going to put you in the limelight. Figure out what you can do that's going to make an impact, and then research it for yourself. Learn as much as you can about it and continue to learn about it. There's no such thing as knowing too much. There's no such thing as too much education. Just because you're not in school doesn't mean you can't learn. I never went to school for photography, but I still learn photography, and now I teach others photography. Education is always greater than school, in my opinion, because education is ongoing. School is limited. You can always learn. So always learn about your career that you want to go into. Always learn about the business you want to go into. Have that deep knowledge, that deep depth of field. And once you have that knowledge of what you're doing, now you need a deep focus. Now you need to be zoned in, honed in, locked in on what you're trying to do. Just like we talked about last week about how you have to make history as you go, how you have to be history in the making. This is how you do it. You have to be focused. So if you're writing a business plan, focus on that business plan so that you can move forward with this idea of yours. And I know it's foreign territory, it's uncharted waters, but you got to do it. And we live in an era in 2019 where it's so easily to be distracted. iPhone just came up with a new update some months ago that monitors how long you're on social media. And when I first got that update, for the first week, it said I was on social media for about 14 to 15 hours a day. That's ridiculous. That's a distraction. And distractions are not just limited to social media. It's toxic friends, it's toxic family members, it's anything that takes away your energy and your time from what you're trying to do. If you have to pass a certain exam to move forward and get accreditations in your career, you have to focus on that exam. You have to put your heart and soul into that exam. Anything that you're trying to do to move forward, you have to have a deep focus on it. Cut out the distractions. Discipline yourself. Get it done. Because what happens is once you focus on a task or a goal and you accomplish that goal, you become more confident in regards to your business and your dreams. You're insecure about what you're trying to do right now because you haven't finished anything. You haven't accomplished anything. You're all over the place. You're spread out. Your mind is jumbled. Centralize those thoughts. Tell yourself, this is what I want. Designate enough time for it every single day. Yes, every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every single day, devote some time to your goal. And once you do that, it becomes habit. It says it takes 21 days to create a habit, 21 days to break a habit, give or take. It becomes habit. Once you start to do this every day, it becomes routine. It becomes part of you. That's how you focus. That's how you have a deep knowledge of your business and your career. And once you have those things, that's when success is going to come more often. That's when you're going to be more confident. That's when you become stronger. That's when you walk a little bit better. That's when you talk a little bit better. When you have that deep knowledge, that depth of field of your business, of your industry. when you have that deep focus. So that's my message this morning. Very short, very straight to the point. Cut out the distractions, whatever it is. Discipline yourself. Tell yourself this is what you want and this is what you're going to get. And in order to do that, you have to be locked in 110%. So let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. Don't let anything distract you today or this week. Continue to build that habit and let's make it happen. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you next week.